This is going to be a spoiler talk for Daredevil Born Again. The first 2 episodes just released on Disney Plus, and today I am joined by Mr. Ordinary Movie Mark and Jose Elias, which, shout out Mark, it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for him. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Yeah, of course.
So like I said, this is going to be spoiler talk. So right off the bat, we see the return of Bullseye in a pretty epic scene.
No, epic is appropriate for this. Definitely pretty epic.
No hallway scene, but it was pretty cool.
The only problem I have was that it kept cutting into stuff that wasn't the action.
Yeah.
It's like cool for a one shot, but not really.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they took it like an excuse to keep it as a one shot, but it really wasn't.
Yes, it was an excuse
Yeah.
to do it in one shot. Like, oh, look, we're doing it the same.
Not just that, I also noticed that like I don't know if they used CGI in this, but like I don't know if you guys know
Some of the punches,
right? Okay,
yes,
I wasn't the only one.
100%.
It was
Okay.
100%.
the punches and some of the stick fight, hitting
Yeah.
with
Well, yeah, that's gonna be impossible to do choreography, especially as a one shot. You're definitely gonna need CGI for that. But for whatever reason, yeah, because if you would like wind up and then like, unnatural.
It's like the
Super
speed,
unnatural.
like the frame per seconds changed there a little too much, and it was just
It's kind of like when Tobey Maguire catches Zendaya and he does that like weird thing.
That's exactly how it felt.
Absolutely, I agree.
That was interesting. I was just like, all right.
Wasn't that Andrew Garfield?
Yes. What is it?
Tommy Maguire.
Oh, okay, yeah, Andrew Garfield. Gets in there and
I didn't even notice
No Way
that.
Home. Yeah,
Good call.
yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man. But yeah, I don't know why Marvel's doing that with like they're almost like ragdolling them. Kind of weird.
I know they do that in animation to make it more fluid, and I feel like it doesn't work the same in live action CGI.
At least in those 2 great examples.
Yeah, no, it was pretty interesting. But I did like the swinging though. Daredevil swinging like it was Spider-Man. That was pretty nice. I
that
actually
was
really
like
liked that.
unexpected.
That was super unexpected.
Yeah,
that was
like
pretty sick.
it's trying to differentiate while trying to be the same as the Netflix show. I think that was a good way to do that.
Yeah,
Just flexing the budget.
Yeah, no, yeah,
100%.
definitely a bigger budget. You can definitely tell it was a bigger budget. The scale of it looked a little bit more bigger than its predecessor of the Netflix of the first 3 seasons. So definitely that's a plus to me.
Yeah, most definitely. And I also like that even though Marvel has its formula of being too jokey joke, this one has none of that.
Oh yeah, the seriousness was great. I really like how they kept it grounded.
Like
and
it's
serious.
a straight up drama. It's a straight up drama, which is good. Like the entire time when the Bullseye and Daredevil are face to face, I even mentioned it while watching it, they don't say anything. It's not like you again, mother effer, or anything like that. It's just like
come on, man, it's my day off. Yeah, it's just guttural like grunts and just them beating the shit out of each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was cool. I like that.
Yeah, I feel like if they would have said something, I think it would have been hella cheesy, to be honest.
Yeah, but it would have been a lot easier, especially with like how they do combat. Like, for example, Captain America, the new one that just came out, the whips he was just throwing at freaking Red Hulk. It was like, come on, bro.
Was that really needed?
But like, yeah.
Was that really needed? Nah. It's like I'm glad they're moving away from that. There's improvements there, Marvel. Yeah. We're glad.
Yes, that there's actually a difference between properties, at least in this one show. Because if you go back and watch anything else like Loki, WandaVision, whatever, even Moon Knight, like it's too quippy and the basic Marvel formula. And I'm glad they didn't make this show that way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just helped the fact that since we're following the same character from the Netflix, I think they're just trying to keep that same formula since that's something we already loved from the character. So I just feel like them continuing
it would have been super easy to go back, to pull that back.
They kind of did that with like She-Hulk, making Matt be like quippy.
Actually, you're kind of.
I can't remember much of what he says, but
there were one-liners, like when he comes to the what would have been the hallway scene for that scene. He does do something.
Yeah, I remember being like, he breaks down like, "Oh, I've done this before. It's a lot cooler."
Yeah,
something like
yeah. So it would have been easy to have the She-Hulk version of Daredevil versus what we got. So it's really cool we got that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think originally it was the first thing got scrapped. No, from what I remember,
the first draft got scrapped, which didn't include Karen or Foggy. which I guess that doesn't really include the show either way.
Great start, by the way.
Great
way to do it.
He gets shot in the kidneys.
And dies. Which it almost hints of Daredevil having his quote unquote bad day.
Yeah.
When he throws Bullseye off the building.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Which he survives.
Which is kind of bull.
Kind of bull.
Oh, God. But it's his main nemesis. What do you mean?
Yeah, but Marvel
he fell
could
off
have
of a building that was 4 stories tall.
That's true, though.
After getting the absolute mollywopped out of him.
That's so true. It looked like his face was deformed when he fell, though. But
He was in a pool of his own blood.
But I just a little disappointed the fact that his face wasn't deformed though when he was at the what do you call it? At the
Well, to
courtroom.
be fair, it was a year later.
I guess. Yeah.
Crazy that trial took a year to like
Happen.
verdict pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, judicial system. I don't think it's that.
I feel like
drastic.
that would have been in the news of like, oh, not a mass shooting, but like he killed 11 people.
Yeah.
A mass murder happened.
Yeah, but even with mass murders, it doesn't happen overnight. Like, not to bring this up, but like the Dark Knight Rises guy.
Yeah.
Like
That's
it wasn't.
true.
Yeah. Takes a while, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So realism.
Yeah. No, that was a pretty wild.
Wild opening, which didn't expect Daredevil wearing the suit right away like that.
Yeah.
Which he kind of doesn't afterwards, but
Yeah, but it was cool for that one episode. Like, hey, all right, here it is. It's not like the first season of Daredevil or like
I was gonna say
end of the season.
that's my only gripe
Yeah.
was this type of series of Daredevil where I feel like we don't get enough of the man in the suit.
Yeah.
Which is cool because it's also the lawyer stuff, which is interesting, but it's also Daredevil. Like, put the guy in the suit.
Yeah, it's
I
called.
wanna see him.
It's not called Matt Murdock. It's
Yeah,
called Daredevil.
Exactly.
but moving on, we do get Vanessa back, which
Also
was a
not
pleasant surprise. Yeah.
Also not expecting that.
Like out of all the things I was hearing from it, I heard nothing about her.
Yeah.
So and we've heard nothing in previous shows like Hawkeye or Echo.
Yeah.
So I thought she was just done with. So to see her come back, it's like, oh, cool, hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of sort of minorly explain like, oh, she's just been working for Fisk on the underground, basically.
Managing all the crimes and whatnot.
The corruption.
Well, he was doing his other stuff, which basically we seen him go do. So it kind of makes sense. It kind of covered that, like, oh, she's just been doing this for him while he's been out there doing something else. So,
But now it's stopped for whatever reason. Well, not whatever reason. It's
because he
Although
came
I
back.
politics.
I still think they're doing illegal stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's just they're covered. Their bases are covered.
Yeah.
Like even if it gets discovered, there's no way it can lead back to them unless somebody snitches.
In the sense of they're having marriage counseling,
Yeah.
but it's really just a front so everyone else in the public could see.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, we're not communicating. So if anything pops up, it's all on her. But I'll get her out of jail because I'm in
Because
politics.
I love her. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a cool aspect of the episode too.
I mean, that makes sense why they were like in marriage counseling. I guess they're playing this long con just to make it look more realistic within themselves, just for the politics of everything and make it look
Absolutely.
as a better person. So I feel like it's just a framery just to make the public see.
The one thing I didn't like about like the first 2 episodes is the little not introspective, but like the little internet reporter lady.
The BB report.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It was cool like the first time we saw it.
there's no point.
Yeah. It was just like, all right, they're getting aspects of like people from New York, blah, blah, blah. When I was like, I feel like nobody from New York would be like that polite to the journalist.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there should be a couple of them just like, even if it's blurry, just like flipping her off.
I'm also wondering, like, is it a full like news reporter or is it like a YouTube thing? Is
I
it
feel like it's a YouTube thing. Like,
because then the aspect ratio changes so drastically? It's
yeah,
kind of bad.
it's like shitty camcorder footage.
Yeah, I don't know. This is just me thinking. I'm probably just stretching it, but I just feel like, I guess the point of her character is trying to make, I'm assuming New York, right? That's where they're at, New York.
Yeah.
Trying to create New York as a character, I guess. I'm assuming that's how I'm looking at it. But it does seem to be a little annoying though, because
Yeah.
it happens a little too constant.
Yeah, I think in one of the scenes, Matt Murdock's just walking around and he's hearing everything, like all the conversation about Fisk and what New York's feeling about it. I felt that was a better introspective of making New York the character.
Yeah.
Also, the audio of making him. It's so
yeah, it's very good.
Especially with your sound system.
I was say I don't know if it is the sound system.
It's most likely your sound system.
or but like, damn,
it's your sound system, man.
Fantastic audio work.
The heart and everything.
The heartbeat,
that's
like
so good.
Like in the first fight scene when they're up on the roof, you could hear Foggy's heart, and then slowly, boom. Like, damn,
Or like
that's so good.
The diner scene when like Daredevil is pressuring
Fist.
You could hear his heartbeat like speed up, and then like after a certain point, it just kind of like slows back down.
Even when he's interrogating that the guy that got locked up, what it called? Yeah, even with all that, even like looking at the changes and everything was just it's really nice.
It's like, all right, you're telling the truth, but you're not telling all of it.
Yeah.
I also like some of the parts where it's darker and he's starting to use his powers. Or like, I guess it's constantly in use, but when he decides to focus on the one thing, there's typically some kind of lighting element that highlights where the sound is coming from, almost like a video game.
Yeah,
I thought that was a really nice touch. Also,
what I noticed from this first episode, I noticed that the first episode it's so different than the second episode, just because the first episode was giving a little bit more artistical art than the second episode did. I don't know if you guys noticed, like with the whole lighting and everything that they did.
Like when the Foggy takes the call, you see it like a little white circle closing in on Daredevil's ear.
Yeah. I think that was I don't think that was on purpose. I think it was just a lighting thing. No, like the way the camera.
Well, that's why it was more artistical than the second season.
I want the second episode.
You think so?
No. You said season. I'm saying.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah. Sorry, second episode.
I think that was like an accidental lighting thing. I don't think it was an artistic thing.
Because then it zooms in.
That's what makes me think it's not on purpose, because that's how light on a camera works.
I feel like it would be too on the nose if it was like exactly a circle on his ear.
Sometimes happy accidents happen that way.
If it was an accident, that's one hell of an accident.
that's called art. That's what you call it.
Because I did find it dumb. Like, why are we zooming in on his ear? On this one bright spot, but when we zoom out and you see like the haze, I was like, oh no, this is a happy accident.
Because it also happens
because it wasn't perfectly on his ear. It was like a little bit on the cheek too.
Because it also happens when Fisk gets announced for as New York.
I didn't know.
It wasn't the circle though. It was different. Okay. It was like as soon as he heard Fisk in New York, his the background of like the smoke behind him gets highlighted to white. Yeah.
Out in the streets, no?
Yes,
no, in the apartment. Yeah. Oh,
it was out in the street.
Yeah, he was walking his date to her apartment.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah,
so they were outside. Yeah, they were in the streets.
Okay. It was like a highlight.
Yeah, you just can't. It's so funny. You just can tell the difference how apart they are from those two episodes, but yet still aligned.
Well, it's like, unfortunately, the worst example I can think of is the Captain Marvel series. Not Captain Marvel. Was it Captain Marvel? Miss Marvel. Where the first episode is kind of like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, when things are popping up and things are like in graphic, but then the rest of the series is nothing like that.
Yeah, that annoyed me.
Absolutely. It did too.
Well, it's the hook, they have to get you.
Not that. Which
but what I'm saying is like the style.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're going to make the first episode super stylistic, and then the episode's like, we're out of time.
Yeah, by then they've already got you, so it's,
yeah.
I hope moving forward they're more like episode 1 than episode 2, but yet
no, it's gonna be
That being, I do prefer the first episode so far, but episode 2 had its moments.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. No, episode 2.
There's a reason there was 2 episodes released at one time, for sure.
Definitely.
Because I feel like 1 didn't have like the hook cliffhanger.
Yeah, it just kind of it was its own episode.
Yes, It could have been its own little like mini story, or was it called a short film type of thing, and it would have been fine. But then episodes 2 is like, holy damn!
This is where you're gonna pay for the subscription.
100%,
definitely. I mean, hey, I've been sold by Disney Plus since when, but I mean, this is a plus.
This is definitely a plus. This was me willing to almost pay it again. But I was going to wait till the end of the series. So once again, thank you, Mark.
It's okay. No, yeah, but it was pretty darn good. I feel like for these 2 episodes, it was really darn good. If you're trying to capture people's attention with this show, I feel like this is a good way to do it. Definitely.
Most definitely. Fisk is in office. I feel like we didn't touch about that.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
it's
Kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's also like it happened in the first episode. I was
Yeah, but now it's no longer will he be in office, is how is he going to be in office, which does seem a lot more interesting.
Yes, it does, because like you can kind of predict them. Like both can be predicted, but I feel like if the not presidency, the mayor candidacy was like the whole season of like, all right,
Okay, if it's that's the story, you know he's not gonna win because something's gonna be revealed.
Like at the very end, everyone's about to cast their vote, and Daredevil like, I've got pictures of him or something.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I guess there's two different ways it could have gone. I mean, we all know for sure something's gonna happen for him to lose his shit because we're waiting for that. We want him to lose his shit. That's what we're waiting for, and we know we're gonna get that.
And you
just not now.
Oh yeah, because we need to build up.
Exactly.
I also like that I feel like he's trying to like
better himself.
And even like Wilson Fisk in the comics and other forms of media, he loves New York. He's a New Yorker through and through.
Yeah.
So him trying to like, I believe him that he wants to better the city. And when he goes to like the commissioner to like pay his respects, like, all right, I feel like that was him genuinely.
I do agree, but then the commissioner was just an a-hole,
and he's just like genuinely trying to be like, I feel like he's being like, hey,
I'm paying my respect. I don't want it to be about me.
Yeah, it's about you. It's your guys' day, not your day, but like
your respect.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah.
And for the commissioner to just be like, I know who you are.
You a monster.
You a monster. You a thug. You're just a little boy who wants everyone to like you. And he was like,
all right. Screw yourself.
All right. If this is how you want to play ball, I'm going to go get myself a sandwich.
You want to play? We're going to play. We're going to play. No, yeah, definitely. That was really.
I like how he comes all smug too. Like, oh, I'm going to resign. And I'm taking half the officers. You're going to need officers too.
And he just munching on the sandwich.
You from Philly, right?
Which he did not like.
Yeah. Like, just disgusting.
That was wild. That was actually a good scene. Not going to lie. It was a pretty good scene.
I can't wait to see the corruption of Fisk.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way he's not the kingpin yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really, I mean, we know that Vanessa's taking over right now. I'm so curious to know what she has taken over, and will she maybe manipulate him just because she's taken over? Who knows?
Part of me wants to think that Wilson Fisk will have like dirt on everybody.
Yeah,
but he will only reveal the dirt if they disrespect him,
as he should.
Yeah, like if like for whatever, like say the next person he meets up with is like the fire chief or whatever, and he doesn't disrespect Fisk, and he's like, okay, I'm willing to try. And then Fisk's like, all right, that's fine. We won't see the next scene of him blackmailing him.
No, of course
like,
not. Yeah. There would be no point of that.
Yeah.
That's why you also get a hint of that when he's with Murdoch in the diner.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm going to put my boot down on you guys. Like, better not see you again.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm assuming there's more. I mean, we all know, of course, there's more vigilantes out there. But, I mean, I guess we have more vigilantes like El Tigre now, so it's just
I guess the Punisher, which wasn't seen in these two episodes, even though you could see his logo on the cop's hand,
which I thought was hilarious.
Which is
because Punisher hates the cops. He is very much anti-cop.
Yeah, the only other thing I can think of is like they were somehow working with the Punisher, like he started his own like cult thing. Or it's like a separate thing, like a fan base type of thing.
I think it's a cult where the cult leader doesn't know he's a cult leader.
Yes, absolutely. Like, oh, I'm inspiring people to do what?
God.
Damn it.
Oh, man.
What's cool is that there was also mention of Spider-Man.
Indirectly, but directly.
Yeah. So it was like, oh, I highly doubt we'll see Tom Holland in the series.
Would be amazing.
Would be cool.
Yeah.
But
get his brother in the suit. Who cares? Just
at least,
just he doesn't have to show his face. Just
I'll settle for J. Jonah Jameson or something.
At least a
like
swing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing the Hawkeye series needed at the end. That was Spider-Man. I feel Kingpin needs to be a Spider-Man villain at some point too.
Yes. Yeah. Especially since they were talking about him being like ground level for a bit. or street level superhero.
Which might change, by the way, unfortunately.
Of course.
But yeah, the last episode ends with Matt finally killing someone.
We don't know they're dead yet.
Presumably.
Pretty sure one of them is
Bullseye
dead.
survived the 4-story building fall. The dude only fell like 2 feet. Come on.
Damn, he snapped his neck pretty hard though.
know,
That was badass.
that was
When he broke the other cop's arm and you can see the bones.
Yeah,
that was
shoot out of his
oh
arm.
my God.
yeah.
That
No,
was wild.
I'm glad they went this far. So far,
Yes,
so far.
absolutely.
I feel like that's what we definitely needed.
I feel like it's a little bit more gory than the original series so far.
Yeah. Because I remember there being like blood, but
Yeah.
not like. It was mostly like, face, maybe a stabbing,
Yeah, yeah.
but never so much like, that dude's neck went 90 degrees.
You actually saw some bone coming out. Damn. Okay.
Good thing skin's elastic because that bone would have been popping out.
Damn.
So the schedule is 1, 2 came out today, 3 and then 4 are gonna be each week, and then 5 and 6 are together again.
Yeah.
So we might see you guys in episodes 5 and 6.
sure.
Just to do a mid-series roundup, and then at the very end. Guys, let us know down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the new Daredevil series? Who do you want to see appear next, such as Spider-Man, Punisher, and etc. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out Mr. Ordinary Movie Mark, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and we'll catch you all later.